Hey guys, what's up? It's Kev for the win, and we're back for another edition of Monster Hunter Rise. Today on the channel, we're taking a look at the Divine Ire Armor, which is the Furious Rajang Armor. So we're going to be using Blizzard and Blaze, which is the Tiastra Dual Blades. Next, we're going to be using Divine Ire Mask, Furious, Critical Eye, Razor Sharp, Spare Shot, Ice Attack, Divine Ire Priori, Chain Crit, Maximum Might, Evade Extender, Critical Element. Next up, Divine Ire Cote, Furious, Critical Eye, Critical Boost. Next up, Divine Ire Obi, Chain Crit, Critical Element, Razor Sharp, Spare Shot, Critical Boost. Next up, Holy Ire Akama, Furious, Evade Extender, Critical Boost. Next up, Absolute Paladin, you could use whatever you want there. Divine Talisman, I'm going to use a Chain Crit with 2 slots in it. Okay, so let me show you the decorations. Expert Jewel 2, Tiastra Soul Jewel 2 for our Dual Blades. 3 Frost Gems here because we are using Ice. Next up, Divine Ire Priori, Critical Element Jewel 2. Next up, Critical Jewel 2. Next up, Critical Jewel 2, and another Critical Jewel 2. In the Talisman, Expert Jewel 2, as you can see here. And then the full stats. Critical Eye, level 5, as you can see. Now keep in mind, you can switch to any other elemental dual blades that you want for this particular set, and it will work. Full stats, free 15, 40 blast, 61 ice, 35% affinity, 731 defense. As you can see, all our resistances have been boosted. This has to do with the unique skill for this armor, which I'll be going into a little bit more in depth in a little bit. Critical Eye level 5, ice attack 4. As you can see here, chain crit free, critical boost free, critical element free, razor sharp free, spare shot free, evade extender free, furious free, maximum might 2. So as you can see, chain crit, because we're going to be using elemental damage a lot. Critical boost, anytime we do critical damage, 40% more. Critical element, increase elemental damage, fire, water, thunder, ice, dragon. Razor sharp, just to prevent sharpness. Spare shot, we're not going to use it in this particular build. Evade extender gives us maximum evasion. And as for furious, this is very important. Using the red scroll gives you defense plus 10, plus all resistance 5. When you swap to the blue one, you get infinite stamina. For the purpose of this build in particular, we're going to be only using the red scroll. So we're going to get plus 30 defense and plus 30 to all resistances, which is why we have those crazy resistances. For the purpose of the showcase, we're going to do a Tetradon, because it's probably one of the better weapons to use, or better examples to use with dual blades. This is going to be more of the aerial dual blade build. And we're going to use the red scroll to our maximum potential here. Now, keep in mind, unlike some of the other dual blade builds that I have shown off on the channel, this one in particular will probably get a little bit slower of a clear time, because it's not necessarily fully optimized to deal with the thing. Keep in mind, usually I like to run attack boost as well in here, but because there's no space for it in terms of armor slots, we have to make do without it. But I think it's a pretty solid armor. In fact, this is the armor that I used to farm the Master Rank 100 monster, because the Master Rank 100 monster hits very hard. I've also used this armor a lot to farm for some of the anomaly monsters, because you just need to be able to pack that extra resistances and defense. So this armor comes in very, very handy, particularly for late game. Just be able to grind it, because it's a full armor set. You get the plus 5 to all resistances on top of that. Okay, so for when it comes to dual blades aerial, it's very simple. You just want to keep launching yourself in the air. And because we have a very good evade extender here, where we can dodge out of most things with relative ease, obviously you still got to be able to read the monster's attack. We should be okay here. So you're just going to basically stay aerial and try to get some good positioning here. Let's go get the tornado attack going. Okay, we were able to get a stun there. Okay, and we're already going to be able to mount the monster as well. So we're going to launch this into rocks. Unfortunately, we're not in a really good area, so we'll probably only be able to get about maybe 1 smash there. Yeah, because by the time I turn around to go for it again, I won't be able to. Okay, so let's go into our Demon Dance again. Demon Dance, we do the maximum amount of damage possible. We're going to keep trying to launch ourselves up into the air as much as possible. I missed actually on that attack a little bit. That was my bad, but it actually give us a little bit of distance, which is not necessarily a bad thing here. Let's dodge. As you can see, we have a crazy good amount of distance when it comes to our invasion here, which comes in very handy for dual blade. I feel like with Furious Rajang armor, in particular the Divine Ire Armor, it's really made best for either using dual blades, or if you want to, you could use sword and shield as well. To a lesser extent, I guess Insect Glaive could kind of benefit from it, because it's able to do a lot of DPS. Any weapon with major amounts of DPS that you could do, it's pretty good to be able to use this particular armor. If you want to just go full your set, obviously there's still some armors that are a little bit better, like obviously Resentment, I feel like still hits a lot harder than Furious. Furious is more of a defensive type of armor as opposed to getting really an attack boost. So if you want a tank, this is probably your best way to go next to Mortal Armor build, which I'll be covering in the not too distant future. I actually used the water bug there to get out of the way because it was a pretty interesting opportunity there because we were going to get hit by the Hermitar there. Definitely no mistake about it. Okay. Play the minigame here again. Alright, let's go. Let's get the claw attack here. Okay, we'll get the mount attack off. And then from there, we can kind of just go back into demon mode and try to build our gauge as much as possible. Alright. We don't really need any of the Tetradon materials. I'm just using this as a really good example to use the armor. I went the wrong way because the monster was targeted there. The thing about that with particular wire bug attack is if you're not aiming it, it will just hone into the whatever monster's near you. Alright, let's go. I gotta be careful here. Well, as you can see, we tank hits very good. A normal armor probably would be about, like, 50% off. Instead, it does less than 45. It was only because we're getting careless. Speaking of being careless, we probably should heal up here. Alright. My Palamute is doing a good amount of damage. Let's evade. Evasion free is very helpful for this particular armor. Alright. Wow, massive amounts of damage going off here. See if I can get aerial here. Alright. Let's keep the combo up. Let's evade. Nice. Try to get aerial again. Okay, let's evade here. Tetradon's kind of all over the place at the moment. That's fine. You saw how much damage it did. That's perfectly fine. Let's dodge out of that way. Evade Extender comes in very, very handy for this build. This is actually way better than what the Furious Rajang armor used to be. Looked like Tetradon wanted to go somewhere, but couldn't figure out where it wanted to go. We're not going to go aerial just yet. Let's go demon mode. Okay, now's a perfect time to go aerial because it's going to get fat again. Okay. Target here a bit. Okay, we got roared out of demon mode. Earplugs is also kind of a nice thing to have maybe on this particular build because you will get roared out of certain attacks there. We could have had a massive combo had we been able to do more damage to everything. Alright. Let's go back on our Palamute. Give chase to Tetradon. Tetradon will go down pretty fast here. On average, you're going to see somewhere between 5 minute and 3 to 6 minute clear time, depending on the monster. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could switch your scroll. If you do, you're just going to get infinite stamina, which again, can be very useful for Dual Blades that needs a little bit of extra boost with the stamina, because obviously Dual Blade, you burn for your stamina really quick, and Demon Drug doesn't have Mega Demon Drug, or not Mega Dash Juice anymore. Obviously, that's been nerfed to high heaven, because Dual Blades would be too broken there. Alright, not exactly what I wanted to do, but it's fine. Should give us enough position here to be able to wail on the monster enough. Alright, we're doing a good amount of damage. Alright, let's continue our attack here. Let's launch ourselves up into the air. We got to dodge. Alright, let's get some positioning with the camera again. Back up in the air. Do some twirly attacks. Alright, and our broken part there. I just moved back to the backside area. We can still do a lot of damage here. Alright, let's not get caught in a combo lock, because if we do, we're going to be put in a bad position. Let me move out of the way here. Are they going to play the minigame here? No, they're not, because we already played a minigame not too recently, so we're not going to be able to get our mount off here. Let's just wail on the Tetradon as much as possible without trying to get hit here. We're not in a very good spot here. We're sandwiched between two monsters. That's never going to end well. As you saw, we didn't really get any damage done to us. Yep, Tetradon's at blue, so all we got to do is continue to wail on the face here, do a couple of good combos. If this freaking Royal Ludoff got out of the way, we'd be able to do more. Alright, let's go. Alright, good job. As you can see, we're doing still a good amount of damage. Alright, let's go. I'm going to stay mostly grounded. Let's get a little bit of distance here, just for evasion. Alright, yep. Let's go with Demon Mode. He's going to launch himself up pretty soon, so let's go. Alright, good dodge, and we secured the KO on the monster, and that's pretty much what the Divine Ire Armor is like. Now, obviously, there are better ways you can run your Dual Blade. I do have a mixed armor set for Dual Blades that I did, labeled the Endgame Dual Blade set. That works with any Dual Blade as well. It's an elemental build as well as this one. So definitely make sure to check that out if you're looking for a more mixed type of set. However, for basically late game, particularly I'm talking about Master Rank 100 and Anomaly 4-star quest, this is probably one of the best ways to go in terms of being able to tank hits, because you have a massive amount of resistances, a massive amount of defense, and you also get the 5 resistance elemental bonus for having the full set armor of this particular set. So, I think, personally, it's probably one of your best pure armors that you could use very, very late in the game. Definitely something worth checking out. Furious Rajang is the way you go to be able to farm this armor. Obviously, you have to get through up to Master Rank 50 to be able to farm a Furious Rajang. And keep in mind that there are follower quests that you could do with Furious Rajang as well, so it makes it a little bit easier on the follower quest to be able to farm the materials if you're going the solo route. And as you can see, it looks still amazing, glowing eyes, and it has now this really cool Super Saiyan aura to it. This is actually one of my favorite armors ever Monster Hunter. It's ever been since, like, Monster Hunter 4U. I've always been a really big fan of it. Alright. 6 minutes, 20-second clear time. On average, that's pretty much average what you're going to do here. Full optimization, you could probably do a little bit more. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's Monster Hunter Rise video. As always, a like on this video is greatly appreciated. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, definitely consider doing so, as it helps the channel grow. And I'll see you for the next Monster Hunter Rise video. Till next time, guys.